Hello, everybody. Welcome to 120-star action. We've got Sig up on the stage. I can't believe it. I'm Simply.
I'm Thero.
I'm Electric.
And I'm Pajonas. And this is going to be, this is insane. I didn't think we'd see this again. The man is here. We got all four, Cheese, Punkay, Sig, and Dwhatever.
Insane.
Can I get some hype in the audience? Who's ready for some action? There we go.
You better be.
Now I'm just going to casually take a sip from my PACE mug. You can cop the merch. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, mugs in the bio of twitch.tv/speedrun exclusive merch, and it's not going to be available long, so take a look. We got some good designs, and get ready because it's about to be lit.
Poppin'. Extra poppin'. I mean, this is like the time of a lifetime right now.
Pretty much.
Like, everybody's been going off in chat for like 24 hours, like, where's Sig? Where's Sig? What's going to happen? Where's Sig? Where's Sig? Like, for hours. So, yeah, I'm ready to get started.
I'm very ready. Don't call it a comeback, but the man has been putting in the work.
He has. I can confirm. I know everybody here has seen him practice in the practice room. It's happening. Tonight, right here.
We've got that layout on stream now for all of you.
Looking really good. Calm, cool, and collective.
Nice that we have everybody on the camera. Cheese rocking his glasses, got the 2020 Vision rocking. Sig bringing his own headphones, his own chair, and his own TV.
Oh, really?
Every Sig's ever taking out his Sennheisers like the whole time he's practiced.
Want him to keep everything the same. I can respect it. You know, you don't want to change too much. Wants to be completely cozy.
Yeah.
So, Simply, you've run this category before.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about 120 and how, I mean, we've seen all this 70 for like weeks and weeks and weeks. What's different about 120?
70 is more of a sprint. You know, you're really trying to get the most out of every star. But 120 is really about the consistency. You won't see the craziest strats out there.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
And they're off. The first public Siglemic run in years in this four-way race.
It has been years.
And I mean,
look at the crowd. I mean, a ton of people in here tonight. We're synced up. We're ready to go.
Showing the love. Man, this is crazy.
all these guys running on JP, of course.
Mm-hmm.
No English here. JP, the superior version for just about every category.
That is right. It's just the odd case. 7-star US version is faster, but big thing that really makes Japanese version worth it in 120-star is the box star in Jolly Roger Bay. It's not in a box, so you don't need to spawn it. It's already spawned, and that's enough to make it worthwhile. If that wasn't the case, then I think US version will also be faster for 120 as well.
Well, I've also heard somewhere the IROC text boxes, there's like one or two here, but then there's, yeah, it like splits every single lineup in English.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Let's fight. Hand. 2. Hand.
Okay, so we're going to see a couple of differences in their Lakitu skip strats here.
Everybody get it in.
Nice.
There we go.
All four.
There we go.
All four.
That's what we like to see.
She's opting for the slightly safer, just really, really easy, consistent strat. Punkay, of course, known for that just long jump after long jump. And they're off to the races. Let's see how they end up handling.
Cheese and Dwhatever obviously playing on the same screen, synced completely up to the camera change.
There we go. Medium bomb for 6.
1, 2, 3, and
whatever.
4. Very nice.
Nice first try bomb clips.
Beautiful.
Not opting for the LBLJ today. You can't blame any of them for that.
Oh, not at all. And especially in an environment like this, where actually it looks like we're going for Dragorn route.
Okay.
Taking us a little bit of a throwback.
So you want to go ahead and explain Dragorn? So we're going to start with 3 stars in DOB. Yeah,
3 stars in bottom battlefield, and then you want to head to Cool Mountain to take care of business there. And then it's not 100% confirmed that they are doing Dragorn. You can sort of switch it up. But this route stems from the man himself, Dragorn, who I don't think he may have gotten the first sub 2. I don't want to be wrong about it, though. But very old school runner, and definitely one of the pioneers of Mario 64 speedrunning. And it was a route that was used for a very long time.
So we're going to see them doing those jump kicks over the King Bomb. If you haven't played the game in a while, you may not remember, but after every single throw, he wants to continually face you until you let him start walking towards you just a little bit. But when you do that jump kick over him, he's not able to actually do that turnaround. So it's very fast to just jump, kick, grab, rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually crazy how much time you can save on the Bomb King. You can see that Punkay actually has taken the lead here, but it's hard to notice. Here we got a fat Koopa wanting to do some racing action.
I think they actually took the lead.
Yeah.
Now, while these guys are getting on top of the summit, can we go in a row and have our best Koopa impressions?
All right. Start on Bad Ronas.
What am I doing?
Koopa impression.
Koopa impression.
I'm thinking about it right now. I don't.
It sounded like an otter.
Yeah, that sounded like a Baba. That sounded like the King Baba.
I don't know if I've ever heard him talk.
I don't even know what that was.
All the characters with magnificent noises. So, what they're doing now, after they've finished up that Koopa race, the Koopa will actually run a bit faster up to the summit now, and you still have to wait for him since we go just outrageously fast in comparison to him. And during this time, we're gonna go ahead and open the cannon and take out
Swag
a
from
couple
Punkay.
of- Yeah.
And just a little bit of extra
Explosion
sauce.
in the cannon. Extra firepower.
Pretty much a perfect run from every player so far. Looking to be an awesome
Record
race.
pace.
But man, you think 70 star gets messy in the basement and upstairs. 120 is like 5 times that. You gotta start doing 100 coin stars, red coin stars, huge backflip coming from Cheese.
I'll
Everything.
Put Cheese in last just from a backflip rather than a ground pound.
It's a huge backflip.
It is a huge backflip.
Yeah, for those that may not know a whole lot about like these runs, like one of the best things I can give as a comparison is you have to do 2 pluses here. You don't really have a choice, unless you just really want to take that out and take the shell. But it's not like there's some alternate route.
Only one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's sorry
100
about
points.
that. Yeah, I forgot 100 with secrets.
Although I will say, I think plus is not even remotely the hardest thing in SSL.
Not,
Yeah.
not
Oh,
at
no.
all. No, not at all.
And I
When you
actually
have to
want
do
to,
SSL
when we get
100,
there,
yeah.
I want to talk about Reds, but we got Cuckoo Mountain right now. Wall
Ooh,
kicks
wall
will
kicks
work.
not
Do
quite
whatever.
working with D.
Missing wall kicks will work. So,
And we got the sync on Cheese and D,
yeah,
whatever.
Sig and Punkay are still going strong. Cheese and D whatever, a couple small mistakes.
Sig and Punkay just neck and neck right now, though.
Mhm. Yeah, Sig has been grinding the 120 since he's been here, doing at least one 120 run a day, if not more. And he has been updating his strats.
Yeah, there's actually like a 7-way 120 in the practice room the other day. It was insane.
And I think. Oh wait, no, Sig wasn't the only one that finished that.
What's
one.
also insane is the camera divide. We have Reds coming out from both Cheese and D whatever, and Penguin from Cheese going for the alternate red order. D whatever not going for it specifically, but it saves like 0.3 or so.
Yeah, definitely some hype tech coming out. Cheese, a very updated player.
And the jump dot, no, long jump, okay. Ooh, under the star there for D whatever, not too bad. Now Punkay and Sig going for this giant slide over the chasm here in Cuckoo Mountain.
Ooh,
And
Sig
Sig
actually
going for
rocking
the
it.
hot stuff.
Wow.
More updated than Punkay. But come
Wow.
on.
I think Sig's gone through every star and relearned it to some extent.
Yeah, he was telling me that
Absolutely
yesterday. I think.
nuts.
And it's certainly how
I'm
it
saying for the
appears.
chat though, you got to bring in the context.
He's taking it serious.
Absolutely. I mean, when was the last time that we've seen Sig on stage running this category or running any SM64 category?
That must have been either AGDQ 2015 or SGDQ 2014, or maybe even a little bit further back than that.
Maybe. I'm sure it's been like 5 years.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking at me, but I wasn't around 5 years ago. I was 3.5 years old.
Sig and Punkay
Yeah.
on the same frequency right now. Same exact star order.
We also have like an NAEU divide. I guess Cheese is technically from Trinidad, but lives in Spain, do whatever German. Punkay and Sig. Both, you know, good old freedom lads.
Good old freedom fries. Got it.
And it's amazing too how like going in a row effectively. Each of these guys has inspired the last. You know, Punkay being hugely inspired by Sig. Cheese indicating numerous times that Punkay is his biggest inspiration for running the game. Just really glad to see that.
Oh, hold the phone. Siglemic getting the blue coins here. I've personally never seen this. So updated, I'm not even ready for it.
Here we go. So Sig took a bit longer outside, but we might see something a bit spicy here inside.
He has a lot of coins.
Oh, a kick instead of a
Ton of
dive. That's
coins.
okay.
Ooh, wow.
Gee, whatever, almost.
Ooh,
He
and
saw it on his face.
The look on his face, like, oh my god. That was so
Oh,
close.
Sig missed the jump. That's going to be bad.
Well, that's convenient. I mean, he
Yeah,
had
he's
to. He had
okay.
so many coins. Yeah, missing a lot. So here is can be a very scary part of 120 star. If you do not have the right amount of coins at the end, then you basically need to kick all the way up the slide and go get the 100 coin star, or you need to just do the race over again.
Yeah.
Huge time loss.
Well, it looks like everybody got it just fine. So far, so good.
Yeah, CCM does not seem to be taking very many prisoners this time around, which is nice to see for once.
So pretty much everyone except for Dwhatever is wrapping up their 100 coin. And Dwhatever just got his penguin star out of the way. So it looks like there's just only one more star for Dwhatever in this stage. That'll be up to 10.
Get all 7 here, and then we should be seeing them move to Dark World, where it's another one of those clenchers. A little bit spooky. But super easy star here at the end. You just talk to the snowman's head. Now, it actually can...
Shout outs to Kopitz.
Shout out to Kopitz. We can see some different strats here, actually. There is a recent development which allows you to talk to the snowman immediately as soon as he reconstructs his body. Let's see if anybody's rocking that today.
I feel like if anyone, Sig especially, would be.
Looks like Cheese is in the lead, followed by Punkay.
Dwhatever going for it.
Dwhatever and Sig rounding it out pretty close still, within 10 seconds easily.
10 minutes in and we're this close. That's crazy.
Yeah, the nice thing too about Dragorn, especially for doing runs, is typically with the routes that people do for 120 star, especially if you're going for PB or even world record, is you're doing LBLJ route, which is a really hard glitch at the beginning, and then you also have Womp's Fortress, which is very reset heavy. Dragorn, you do Bob on Battlefield and Cool Mountain. These stages are not too difficult, and so you can usually get runs going pretty quickly, and as you can see, we got a very nice
Whatever
race.
went for Tsukishima, he tried to run over the switch there. Gonna have to double back for that one. Can still make Chick Cycle, because it is so lenient.
Yeah, and that run over is really brutal. You have to take an off angle with your initial long jump, and then already the effective quick flip backwards is pretty difficult. But having to do that with a run instead of the flipping animation is just really hard. If you've ever seen a Parakusha or someone similar try to grind for a spreadsheet time, you can see just how brutal it is just to even get a run going on that cycle.
So Dwhatever did end up missing Shig. He missed the triple jump on the initial slope platform, but nice double firsties to round it out. In 4th place now, Sig's taking him over in 3rd. And we're getting to the Bowser fight. No one really with any big mistakes in the run so far. Like you said, Dragon helps you get to playing the game, getting the run going.
100%
on you.
Ooh, man, that first one
Wow.
was so lenient. Yeah! Everybody
There's
tossing the guy in the
Dab
thing.
from Cheese. Speedrun dab in the chat, possibly.
I'll have to toss a dab in the chat for that one.
No.
And Punkay as well with the style.
Whoa.
We got 3 dabs there. What does it mean?
It's an
Yeah,
omen.
how many sides are in a triangle?
Oh my god.
The Trinity.
3.
Three?
No.
So Illuminati confirmed here on the couch as we move over to the slide. What are the times that we're going to be seeing here?
Yeah, with all the spam that chat's been throwing in, let's see some time spam. You've got 4 guesses to make here. In order of finishing 6, 7, 5, 6.
Ooh.
7?
I'm thinking all 7s. Lucky 7s.
I'm going to say
7?
a 12-6 for
Ooh.
Dwhatever.
7?
Oh, Sim winning that
Sim.
lottery. The stocks
Winning
are
the
on the
lottery.
rise.
All right, geez, the first one to enter wing cap. Everyone doing that Mario Cam lag reduction, very important. You get so much lag when you drop down from the sky there.
The sunlight is just too much for the Nintendo to handle.
Oh, Sig,
Sig
one
won the
missed red
twins.
point.
You see how he backs it up. Depending on how good your backup is, you can lose like only 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
On mistake.
The sync between Sig and Punkay right
he
now.
missed it a
He's
second
gotta go
time.
back around.
All right,
and
he's
this
got
is
to double back
uncomfortable.
now. Don't want to fall.
Yeah. Smart going very wide, and he's good.
Yeah. You don't want to go too wide because you can actually leave the playable zone and they'll just kill you. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen in the run.
Yeah, I've had it happen when I was actually learning the start before. It's wing cap is just a weird one to learn,
Who's ready
especially
to
when
see
you're
some swimming?
Oh yeah, and Secret Aquarium. Honestly, Secret Aquarium is one of my
Oh,
favorite
Punkay
areas.
with a
that
nice
you never
triple jump
see.
dive into the aquarium. Kind of the ideal run kind of strat. Not really saving a whole lot, but lots of style in the castle movement.
So probably the most thrilling stage here. Just
Agreed.
A lot of high velocity gameplay. The strokes are it's very intense. The angles, it's just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So much to take in.
Going right on the edges of those coin hitboxes just really puts the crowd on the edge of their seat.
But swimming is definitely an art form in SM64.
It's different. Like it's getting that rhythm down and maintaining that speed is key, and we see that a lot. Like simple things like front sub, losing that momentum, how much it hurts, or even missing a swim. We saw Punkay do that a couple of times where he missed a swim, and,
Yeah.
it affects you a lot.
And not only the momentum, but the angles.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it kind of he turns like a boat, so you really have to be comfortable with the swimming to have optimal angles. And it's hard to know when you're losing time, but a good swimmer versus a bad swimmer, you can lose minutes in Jolly Roger Bay.
Oh yeah, which of course we see now. It may not look super familiar to our 70-star crowd since we never get to see any of this stage. And she's going ahead and pulling off that ship clip. The position isn't super precise. The real difficult part is actually getting into that loading zone without getting just bodied by that eel.
Yeah.
But 3 out of 4 getting it so far, just fine.
Yeah, now Sig coming up to his, and I want to point out, the first star here is plundering the second ship, which they're all doing. Sig taking a damage into the loading zone, has to watch his health a bit, but should be okay. But I really want to point out the next star, Sig might be pulling out something spicy. Actually, watch him on the camera, might even pull out a completely different controller. Might give you an idea of what's going on here.
One that you may
We'll
have
have to
never
see.
seen before. Possibly. Maybe.
Maybe.
There's just a lot of talk, some rumors,
Yeah.
some
Apparently,
gossip.
he actually had to get like a special adapter to use it on a real N64. Look at him,
And
here
we
he
see
goes,
Cheese going
digging
for
under the ring
cannonless.
for the extra special WWE mystery item. There you go.
Oh boy.
And pulling it out. A
Let's
box.
see what he's got.
Oh, the long jump not coming out.
Second long jump. That angle looks so good too.
Wow. He actually went for it.
And so those familiar with the Smashbox, or if you've heard of it, it's basically like a fight stick setup. Siglemic has whipped it out, and he's got a nunchuck plugged in as well.
There he goes. Here he goes.
A
Pixel
different
walking,
method of cannonless.
mashing on the. And he's
Oh,
made it.
he's in there. He's in there.
So that is only possible on that Smashbox. The button he was mashing was up on control stick. You cannot do that on a normal control
He's
stick.
going for Jeremy Canless again, though. I will say this is definitely harder than what Sig did. Sig just got a special controller to give
Yeah.
him cheats, basically. It's going to be gone for the rest of the run. Jeez, double on. This might work. Oh my gosh.
Oh, not getting the ledge grab.
He's so close, but it's such a difficult strat to make.
Yeah. Now, will he go for it again? He doesn't really have a backup. It would be a little bit risky, but it would be pretty cool. So, you know,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, we went ahead and saw, if it's been a while since you've seen a 120 run, Sig just did that wall clip. It's just punching at the right time in the right position in the wall. For whatever reason, punching while swimming is a bit glitchy in this game.
I also want to mention, because Sig got the cannonless start, you know, Dwhatever's going to have to talk to the ping bob bomb here, so will Punkay, and choose if he elects to take the cannon. Sig's going to skip that, so it actually saves a good chunk of time. Maybe that's the future.
Yeah.
Sig skipped
The
the
new
present. He went from the
strats.
past to the future.
Living in 2040. Is that what you're trying to say?
Pretty much.
So now we see these guys all going in on
Oh, missing the
Jeremy
purple
Hogan.
switch. I guess he doesn't need it, though.
The Cheese is not going to bother with Canalus, and I don't blame him. If he
I don't
missed it
either.
again, he would be in a really awful position and be behind by quite a bit. We want it to be a good race. We did get at least one Canalus.
Yeah.
Not the one we were expecting.
Right.
I wasn't sure what he was going to do with it.
Not the
but
cannonless we needed, but the one we deserved.
something like that. Here we see creeping up. Oh, and just getting slapped by the clam. And
Very difficult to actually grab the red coin from that clam.
yeah, that's definitely the hardest clam. You know, you're meant to go up to them, wait for them to open up, show them the goods, and then you grab the red coin. But of course, we're speedrunners, so we're like, nah, we're just gonna swipe it out straight up its mouth.
Not gonna wait. JRB, one of the slower courses that, like you said before, we don't even see it in 70 star. So watching 100 coin, and there's not a whole lot of coins in JRB.
Yeah, I think if you miss a single blue, you're not able to finish 100.
That's right. There's 104 total coins in Jolly Roger Bay.
I mean, and that's insane.
Okay,
is
and
pretty
Dwhatever getting their cannon shots successfully so far.
And she's going ahead and opening the cannon himself as well.
Siglemic going to be skipping that. And now he's pretty much tied with Cheese right now, coming through the last section of this
Ooh, we got a
100.
little bit of sync on the boys. And so this ship is on a cycle. It's always tilting back and forth, and so depending on how the, leading up to the ship goes, you'll have to do different movement. And we did see Cheese gain quite a bit of time there. He had a nicer cycle. Didn't have any slip-ups leading to the ship.
I believe this is the final star in Jolly Roger Bay here for Dwhatever. No? Or is it 21?
20, I think. 4 commentators on the couch, but not quite sure how to do the math. It's kind of hard. There's
Blast from the past is what it is.
Yeah, if you're not taking anything
Yeah,
else home
just to
from
have video
PACE,
left.
it should just be the knowledge that math is hard.
It is.
21 gang.
So we see Sig going in. Dwhatever already grabbed this star this way, but I think normally you're supposed to grab Metal Cap in order to get through this jet stream, but with some somewhat precise, but it's pretty lenient swimming. You can actually get right up in there. The hard part is just not letting the jet stream push you completely off course because
Right.
you have to just restart all over again.
Okay, lining up to grab this star from the back of the eel.
So we're playing with the eel, pretty fun, but a short-lived session. Got to move quick. Oh, getting bopped by the tail, and this could be scary. The
Gotta
hitbox.
chase him down with 2 HP.
Don't want to get
Oh,
caught.
wow.
There we go.
All right.
All right, sigh of relief for Cheese right now.
It's actually pretty monk up there.
Yeah.
Have seen a fair amount of runs die just by getting slapped by the eel's tail again. The hitbox on spawning the star can be a bit finicky, but all runners making it through, still no big problems. We are seeing a little bit of a margin between them now. After
Will we
Jolly
see
Roger
8,
Bay.
12, 7s?
It's possible.
It is possible.
We've seen 5.
Yeah, so you got the next 3 going in. I'm going to go ahead and say just 2 of them will get a 12-7. Someone's getting a 12-6.
Someone's getting a 12-5. And by someone, I mean Cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
12-7.
So that's number
That
6.
wasn't a perfect bounce for Cheese.
12-6.
12-6 there.
Okay,
And
13.2.
Wow.
Siglemic kind of slacking.
6-12-7s.
Wow, Punkay's going right into... Is he going for 100 coin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he's already missed 2 coins, but there's a lot of backup coins, but they take a lot of time to get. So ideally, you don't want to miss any in the beginning, but RNG was not too nice on that box. But we're finishing up Bob on Battlefield here. Now that we have the wing cap, we can go ahead and take care of 100 and the sky jump stars that we'll be seeing afterwards.
Punkay's flying.
Oh, okay, Cheese with huge dive, not quite getting over the fence and taking care of the sky jump stars first, but everyone else wanted to take care of 100. Personal preference.
Knocking through that 100, Punkay's looking really solid.
So in a perfect world, you have about 60,
Sig falling down with the shell.
63.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Yep. We'll have to get all 4 pulls, I believe.
All 4 poles and a coin from a Goomba, or maybe he'll go for the box.
You know, it's nice because there's a lot of times where those Goombas just kind of like line up next to the pole, kind of how you see this first one, so he can just grab that as he's going around and not wasting a whole lot of time.
And does the game ever explain this anywhere, that you run around a pole and it spawns coins? Because I certainly never knew this before watching his runs for the first time.
I have no
Not
idea.
that I can think of.
If I were to guess, that sign right next to Punkay might have it, but not quite sure.
I mean, who reads signs unless you're doing an all signs run?
That is a thing. All sign speedrun. It's hot.
Better invest in those stocks right quick.
Shoutouts to the boys
The boys.
doing all signs for whatever reason.
Shoutouts to all the main categories, all 1-ups, all coins. Except you used to run all coins, right?
Yeah, all coins is, it's kind of a mess because there are some impossible coins in some stages, so it's oh, this is not good. She's getting bopped
bubble.
by the rogue bubble. Perhaps some sort of bribery going on.
So he's lost his shell now, which makes things a bit more complicated. But he can fly up off of this kind of rock structure here to get up where the shell would take him normally.
Yeah.
And then do some wall kicks. So it's not the end of the world. And luckily he's pretty sharp on these backups.
Yeah, very nice backup from Cheese there. Might need to get another wing cap. You really don't want it to have run out while you are flying for the coins.
That's true.
Oh, beautiful
I
coin
think he'll
grabs
be
from
okay.
Cheese. He's packing coins right now. Money
Yeah,
bags.
51. Oh, he's got the extra cap.
Okay.
I hope he didn't store an angle there. If you kind of enter a cannon while like holding a direction, you see had a slight angle stored. You can see him kind of like jolt to the right, but it wasn't too bad. He had to come out with 66.
66.
Not bad at all. Should be able to skip a pole if he goes for the box. See some fall damage from D. So right now, it looks like puncayshun is leading as we're heading out of Bob-omb Battlefield. And now most of lobby is done. We will come back to do Womp's Fortress in a bit, but we're going to go ahead and move along.
So, kind of talking with D, it's been a while since he's run 120, right?
Yeah, he's been focusing really heavily on 70. I'm not sure if he's... I think he was in on the race here, right?
No. That was him, right? Oh, yeah.
I remember him being part of the 120 Invitational for GSA a while back and doing the relay, but that was all like kind of mid-2018, and he hasn't PB'd since,
It's
I
been a
believe
while.
it was early 2017,
Yeah.
like January 2017 was his PB, 141.
Well, certainly keeping great time, especially if he hasn't actually been keeping that
Yeah.
run in maintenance mode. And
Yeah, he says at least he's not rusty with anything because he's been playing the game quite a bit.
But
But lots of difficult things come up in 120 here. SSL, here we go.
if you thought SSL was a nightmare in 70, oh boy.
Yeah, it's arguably one of the hardest, if not the hardest, stage in 120 star.
See, Punkay's not bothering with combo plays. He's just going to go for the tried and true safety method, but he gets it done, and that's really
Very
what you want to
nice.
see in 120.
see, and I think that, you know, all 4 of these guys going into this race, like what Dwhatever said in his interview earlier, it's all about having fun. So they're more relaxed, you know, as you can tell. They're more relaxed. It's not like this huge competitive event or anything, but they're about having fun with people that they've been friends with for years and years and years. So she's not liking that bomb again.
Oh no, Siglemic dying to Reds. It's okay. It's a quick death. You know, I think we got to talk about Reds here because this is nothing like it used to be when Siglemic was playing. The star has gone through a radical transformation in the last 12 months or so with a new route to get the coins out of the air. We'll see Dwhatever be the first one to undertake this guy.
Oh, and another
bad direction. Could he get out?
Sig.
Well, he's able to save it, but he might go for the old route now unless he wants to turn around.
Oh, very nice move by D. He was about to bop the bird and spawn the star. Would have been an unnecessary 4 seconds lost. But he's kind of doing a Build-A-Bear route right now. This is not intended, and Sig not able to get Pillow, sliding around. It looks like Punkay and Cheese both got topless, able to get to the hand star. Very difficult strat.
Yeah, and you can see those hands Interesting little mini boss. Personally, it took me forever to actually get here as a kid, just because it took forever to actually stand on top of that one pillar in quicksand. And I don't know, the fact that like you're on that little island with all the void around 3 of the walls, it's just so stressful as a
They
fight
got
catcher.
topless. Dwhatever finishing up Reds. Cheese still struggling with Pless. You know, status update not looking too great for your man in the bottom left. Criminal record holder. I'm sure he's not too late. I'm sure he's pretty much all right with this.
Punkay running really well. Like,
Nice
looking
side
really
from
good.
Punkay.
Yeah, we might see what we're looking for here in red. So we have things called single star strats, which is pretty much, you won't ever do it in a run, but if you want to get a super good time on an individual star, you'll do it. And Punkay actually not opting for the fastest route. Oh, and a death coming out from D, whatever. I didn't even see. Was that for pillarless?
I don't think so. He's already done Pless. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe 100 coin?
She's getting
Oh, no.
robbed.
Wow.
I
Oh,
mean,
he's topless.
his name is Klepto.
Fair.
adds
He
up.
just steals it.
So what's going on right now? Spaghetti, you know, pretty strong in SSL.
And another
death.
death from Sig on reds. It's just goes to show you, shifting Sandland is
It's hard.
it's very hard. This is where a lot of runs will die, and it's rough. You know, you get 30 minutes in, 20 minutes in, and then you still have to make it through the barrier that is basement. Because it's not only shifting Sandland. Hazy Maze Cave also a contender for one of the hardest.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting how this course can be really difficult casually. I think just because of all the death planes. And
He
that
needs
still
to back
carries
this
over
up.
to
He
runs.
missed the star after getting into the pyramid finally.
He is able to go ahead and save that though. All right, Sig.
So different stars all around right now. Siglemic going through his red coins. He got the 4 out of the air right now. Coming in for the ending, going really hard for this one. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty, he's actually gotten through. This is all very precarious right now. Gonna fly over this guy or do a triple jump dive.
You get so much air on that.
Yeah.
And so this is the strat we were talking about.
Let's see Cheese here.
Oh,
This is
not
the
a
win
low
cap,
cap.
but he can still do this.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to do it for the fans, everybody. Boop. All right, it's enough speed.
And so this strat was known about for a while, but people were not doing it in runs. It was just assumed to be too difficult, but with enough practice, you can do anything. That's sort of the lesson we've learned over the years in the Mario 64
All right,
community.
this ending, though, is super nutty if he can do it. The double jump there. He's on the slope where he needs to be. Can he
Oh,
do it?
yeah.
Right to the
Oh,
red
yeah.
coin.
Nice.
Triple
That's
jump
pretty hot.
into the flight.
Beautiful reds from Cheese.
That's good.
Everything about that route is just so satisfying, from that edge of stage kick all the way to that double jump. Oh, that's hot.
Ooh,
All right, Punkay. Struggling in the pyramid.
that was like a mini level 3 bonk.
Gotta watch out for sound glitch. They're all on Japanese version. Punkay gonna have to have his first input be a jump after spawning the secret star, which is why you land there. And going for
can
the
you explain
dive
that a
through the
little bit
5
more?
coins. Yeah, sure.
Oh, but then rolling out and just falling right over that tiny lip. Oh.
Beautiful.
All right. So sound glitch is a Japanese exclusive glitch that is not really favorable. It crashes your game and effectively kills your entire run. So definitely something everyone's got to watch out for if you're running on the Japanese version. When you spawn the secret star, there are 5 of them in the pyramid. When you spawn it, the sound will trigger some kind of crash in the game if you start a running sound after the star spawns, and I don't really know why, so maybe I'm not the best to ask about this.
Dwhatever actually going for this, I think this is a task strat, but as a backup. Just gonna go ahead and go for, so it looks like he, must have missed one of those secrets.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to actually get a wall kick off of those falling platforms and get on top of the ledge there.
This is pretty rough.
Trying to get past this enemy, not letting him through.
Body.
And the reason that it effectively ruins your run, you know, you think, okay, if I'm saving, at least I can come back. But chances are they probably don't even have a save file with these stars right now, because for every single star, ideally, you don't want to save because it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of lag to save the game. And so that's why you see after every star, they come out of the level, quickly scroll to the bottom option to continue without saving.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that you can actually change the menu options from save and continue down to continue without saving well before you're actually able to hit A. So like, even if you say don't quite hit down twice frame perfectly, you're still able to hit A without losing any time.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty recent development, but it's sort of finicky. It's very precise. I don't understand 100% how it
Oh
works.
yeah, that menu glitch too is really weird.
Yeah.
There's a weird thing where when you're holding left as you're selecting the star, then the options will go down automatically at the end of the level, but
Dwhatever hunting for stars or coins. He's got his 100 coin. Siglemic back on pillarless. He's got his big bomb.
oh, the bomb blowing up on the box, it looks like.
Yeah.
But when you get that kind of weird angle like that, I actually haven't seen that in a while, but I've always been told that it's really dangerous under that box, and that's why.
Yeah, pillarless it's once you are moving, you can't really just move Mario. You have to pretty much keep the stick in neutral unless you're on a slope. Then you're good. And so that's what happened there with Sig. But now you can see, this is 120 star, man. Shifting Sandland will clap your cheeks a bit, and then round 2 coming into Hazy Maze Cave, and we see Cheese and Punkay, the 120 star gurus, now neck and neck.
Yeah, you start out with HMC 100, which is just, you go all over this level,
It's so different from 70 star. Like 70 star HMC is like your relaxing stage, but in 120 doing 100 coin to start off with is just insane. And the smoke or the haze, I guess, that's in the bottom of that toxic maze, you take damage from that, but you can see how fast Cheese is going through and not taking any damage at all.
Yeah, and you actually take damage relatively quickly there. And gonna go ahead and go for this BLJ to clip through that fence there.
Beautiful. So anything that's ascending, like an elevator, you can just get a BLJ off of. No
Well,
problem.
we might see that next star from Punkay. He wants to break out the Toxic Maze BLJ here.
Yeah, so this is one of the...
I'm not sure if that's something he's known to do for this one.
I imagine he'll go for it.
Yeah, the Toxic Maze BLJ, there are some people, for whatever reason, that think it's weird that BLJs are banned from levels in 70 star. And this is like, I think, one of the only very few that would even be considered to add in 70 star. I don't see why anyone would want a BLJ in 70, but...
Well, you can.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. Punkay's doing the BLJ right now. It looks like a good angle.
Yeah, so you have to maintain this BLJ all the way up the elevator. If you ever drop it, then it's...
He's
Yes,
right
there
through.
we go.
Beautiful. All the way through.
And even once you get the BLJ going, there are plenty of ways that it can fail. You can even, I think, clip through the floor. Or like
suppose
just
so.
clip out the other side of the room. It's really, really
Yeah,
strange
if you
all the ways
got
that
way
can
too much
fail.
speed, you'll go through the room.
And we might see Cheese busted out as well. I know he knows how to do it, but he's not the biggest fan of it. And
Oh,
Wilnabi-
do whatever getting bought by that Mr. I.
She's not getting the clip down there.
Okay. Elevator just gripping onto Cheese, can't get away from it. Making moves, and Punkay killing it right now in this 120 star run.
He's already done 2 box jumps, but he's got to do one more for Metal Cap, because that's also in the run here. The only kind of star where you enter a stage from another stage. And we'll see him go up to that one now.
And it looks like Sig is actually opting to do the non-BLJ route for
Okay.
Hazy Maze Cave 100, which I have personally never seen anybody do in a run. But apparently, if
looked
you do it
nice.
perfectly, it can be just as fast.
There you go. Oh, this is going to be a tough part.
Yeah, and Punkay, meanwhile, starting out Metal Cap stage. The Metal Cap movement, when you're actually moving in air, I believe is unaffected, but in water, it's very, very limited, despite not being forced to swim. You can't do anything other than a standard jump. You can't do like a long jump, you can't dive, and your movement generally is pretty slow.
Yeah.
And so we don't even need the metal cap. So ideally, you move quick enough and you're good. Ain't no thing.
Oh,
Ain't
she's
no
definitely losing blinkless off of that brush up against that wall. And quick shout outs to Randomizer. Anytime a course gets shoved in Metal Cap stage, it's actually useful. Like TTC in Metal Cap stage, just,
All right.
Punkay looking like a beast. 40 stars already, heading back into
So what's he
HMC.
going to do? Can he get a ground pound here? I guess not.
Nope, that is a little bit too low, so he's going to have to get creative. I'm not quite sure. I've personally never seen the star spawn here.
Any long jump?
Oh, just barely
Wow.
under that star.
All right, so what's the move here? Maybe
Maybe
a
a
triple
s-
jump dive?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's probably his best bet, I feel like.
Oop, using the slope.
Nice, nice.
The man does it.
Ingenuity from Siglemic.
I'm sure he was kind of aware that that might be something he had to do, but I just have no idea about that 100 coin route. You know, he's able to pull it off, but maybe not saving, maybe not worth the stress.
And no clip either from Dwhatever. Cheese and Punkay both hitting that switch. And it's things like that is the reason why you don't need the metal cap. For any star that it is required, we've found ways around it.
Yeah, the jet streams in JRB and DDD. Ooh, can Sig go ahead and save this?
Whoa, sliding around. My heart.
Okay, he's got that ledge grab. He's back on solid ground. You know, the ways that those polygons in the like pit there are oriented are kind of strange. Some of them are at an angle where you instantly like start sliding. Some of them you can actually stand on without issue. So it's kind of weird. I don't think you instantly start sliding, but
It is kind of weird.
Punkay cooking up something good in the kitchen.
Already.
A little bit of basil here, a little bit of onion powder, a couple tomatoes. Smelling
some,
nice.
Yeah, maybe some paprika.
Parmesan cheese.
I think I'm smelling it. Yeah,
You-
picking that up a bit.
You know what it is, right? The pun bun.
I mean, factually, that stands because the first day of PACE, he had his hair down and it didn't work out too well for him. He put it in a bun the second day, and ever since he's been smooth sailing in every department.
I'm gonna have 47 today in the race, so he's hot. He's hot in Lethal Lava Land.
Metaphorically and you know,
Ending up in the lava instead of actually.
Too hot.
yeah, 3 methods of hot. I mean, the bun, the gameplay, but also Mario. 3 dimensions.
You know, I think that may or may not have been the selling point of this game was moving from 2D to 3D. Not quite sure though.
Looks like Siglemic's going for metal cap now.
See if he can get through it without having to press that switch down. And so now at this point, our runners, Punkay and Cheese, are out of the clear for a little bit. Lethal Lava Land is sort of where it kind of dies down a bit. It's still difficult, but not nearly to the degree that Hazy Maze Cave and Shifting Sandland are.
Yeah, the only addition on top of 70 stars LOL is that you have to do reds, or no, not reds, sorry. You do hot footage of volcano along with the 100 coin here.
This is going to be really close for Sig. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get the star, and just barely. Now, he doesn't need
back
to hit
this
the metal
up.
cap. He can still just jump in.
Fast moving current here. He's got to avoid falling back in the water now. I think he can ground pound above the star.
Here it is.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, out of the all the other crazy things we can do in this game, it's just really unfortunate that the water speed is such that we just cannot swim against it.
Yeah, like it's funny that they have it like that there, but for the jet stream stars, they allow if you swim perfectly, you can get through them. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if that was their intention.
Maybe they just really wanted to emphasize how metal cap allowed you to move smoothly through water. It's about the only thing I could think of. Siglemic rocking that the clip version of Toxic Maze here.
Yeah, I think the only one who got it actually.
Yeah, anytime you see someone do Toxic Maze in 70 star, this is the method you see them use.
I absolutely love watching 100 coin in LLL because it's smooth, it's quick. You get to use a shell. I mean,
Yeah, and it's one where you don't actually have to collect reds, and thereby, in this case, it actually makes lava boost slower. So you just take that standard route up to the top of the volcano, pick up some coins along the way, and Bob's your uncle.
There is a route where you can do lava boost and you just get an eyeball blue coin, which in theory is faster, but lag makes it kind of not too worth it. And the fact that you're doing lava boost just adds another layer of difficulty.
Yeah, with everything you already have to deal with in 120 stars, why add that?
Crunch under the
Munch.
falling block.
So what's the move here now? Gonna go run it back. Okay.
You're still going to make your way back up top, and this, at that point, is the fastest way to do it still.
Ooh.
And it looks like Sig's going to be watching for those rolling rocks real quick.
I'm watching carefully. He did, but not carefully paying attention to where he was.
And just a little bit too far out from the camera. Dwhatever, meanwhile, securing those bullies in the lava.
Knocking him out.
Just the 1-2 bam punch.
Okay, staying in the lead. Cheese right behind him. As he goes for his 100 coin attempt.
All right, and now all of our boys are in Lethal Lava Land. Punkay will be leaving soon to go take care of Vanish Cap.
I can only guess what's in store.
Yeah, chat, you better get ready. This is the first time that you can do this way in a very long time.
Man,
Nice
100.
whips for Punkay.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. And as fast as 100 is, it's actually not too bad in terms of difficulty moving up this thing.
It's not.
Once you get it down.
And I see a couple of people in chat asking what's about to happen. You'll see. You'll see.
You will see.
Punkay pounding these pillars down. About to make his way. Honestly, this stage is just so cool due to its size. Like, it has such a sense of space that's really interesting and unique to it. I think I was talking with PACE2019 the other day, and I think he said that it's actually, like, in terms of 3D volume, the biggest stage. Just
Really?
because of all of the empty space.
I mean, it is a huge, like, void.
So,
All right. Punkay getting the early cycle here in Vanish Cap. Can he close it out, though, with the secret sauce that the commentators have been hyping up?
Very nice so
right.
far, and this last bit of
going
movement.
to long jump into the triple jump here. We'll see if he can get over the fence. Everyone's taking a
And
deep breath.
Siglemic!
There we go. I'd do it once.
The chat just absolutely exploding. That's what I wanted to see. And you've got 3 more of them coming up. Have fun.
Now, is it still a Siglemic if they're doing the updated movement where it's not a triple jump wall kick dive into the star?
Yeah.
See,
Think so?
I feel like
I
it
think
is
so.
if
Give it the
Siglemic
text
does that
box.
updated movement.
I think if you skip the text box, that's like the Siglemic.
All right. Now that that's cleared up, my conscience is clear. Everything's good.
We see Cheese approaching it right now.
If he's going to do a side flip like you mentioned,
Also getting a nice cycle just like Punkay. And yeah, that side flip movement here.
Okay, a lot of bonks coming out from Dwhatever. This hallway, pretty thin.
Siglemic!
That was 2.
all right. There you go. Punkay and Womps now pretty far ahead, honestly, doing 100 coin. We have seen this in 70 star, but definitely one of the harder 100 coins.
Yeah, it feels really weird seeing Womps this late in the run.
Yeah, it is.
And you're still going to see some of those similar strats, 270, so.
The Dwhatever, for some reason, trying to do a MIPS clip through the door, but wasn't able to get it going, so moving along through the door.
It'll be pretty funny because it is actually faster, which doesn't make any sense at all if you do it perfectly. It's
Really?
actually faster.
Wow.
MIPS clip through
Yeah.
that door.
It
Oh,
just,
wow.
the animation of opening the star door takes so long. Because it's like the star twirls above your head and like makes all this noise, and then a text
I
box
don't think
comes
it's
up.
even a star door, is it?
No.
Oh, right, never mind. I was thinking of a different door.
Yeah, I can't even believe it's the case, but whatever. Ooh, gonna take some fall damage.
Oh, okay, tactical bonk right there. Would have taken heavy fall damage and have to get up. But the bonk, it basically resets where you're falling from, and so you don't have to worry about taking any fall damage.
Ooh. Scary.
That was very scary.
You might just ride this elevator a little bit.
No problem.
Big
Can't
Sig,
blame
one
him.
more star, Lethal Lava Land, and then head into his domain.
And what is that I see?
Ooh, Siglemic.
Very nice.
We're 3 deep. You know, audience dying down. Do we have one more left for the man himself?
I think they're saving their energy. It's got to be it.
Yeah. It's like, simply, maybe you run track or something. You could run them like.
Oh,
say-
Siglemic with that save, getting back on the elevator and then missing the pull and the dive. No. Death was getting his one-uppance that time, no matter what.
All right, it's all right for Siglemic. Still finishing on Lethal Lava Land here. I hope he can get this ending. But like
Okay.
I say,
Boom.
OG for D whatever.
Not quite able to get it. OG cannonless. There was a point where people were doing this route and going for OG cannonless.
Like, it-
at
it
this
kinda
late.
most praying.
Ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Like 48 minutes into it, and then
And then you might have to reset based on pretty much a pixel perfect trick.
Yeah, there's like 2 pixels that you can ledge grab from, and it's like seeing the number of times people like Torch fail the frame perfect stick press in order to clip out of bounds at 20 FPS. It's amazing anyone really expects to get OG cannonless at 30.
All right, so Siglemic coming up to Vanish Cap. We got the rest of the boys in Womps right now. Punkay's still in the lead, but Jesus caught up a fair bit. I'm not sure if Punkay really made any mistakes or if it's just kind of like the way the stars work out in terms of timing.
Ooh, Dwhatever missing Owless.
She's close. Gaining on Punkay, it seems, but so far he's keeping his guard up. We will be going to Big Boo's Haunt, where it does, once again, turn into a much more difficult stage as opposed to 70 Star, where it's
oh, absolutely.
quick.
Okay, get ready, everyone.
The pressure's on.
It's the big one. 3, 2,
Siglemic!
4 for 4. Sig has like no emotional reaction to this. He just can't,
Stone cold.
doesn't even turn around. Right?
I mean, if you've heard your name so many times without even referencing you directly, does it even feel like your name anymore?
it's a good deep question.
Yeah, Commentator's getting a little deep on the couch. I might just fall in.
You know,
Wasn't
philosophy
really ready for it.
101.
You were having to make half cycle. I
Wow.
don't know that. I don't know if I agree with that backup, but I guess it worked.
Hey, if the backup works, you don't read too far into it. And Sig going to go ahead and go for texture setup here. Oh, unfortunate miss.
So BBH, coming from
BBH.
70 Star, being like the fastest course or one of the fastest courses in 70 Star. Going into 120, it changes the entire dynamic of the course.
That's right.
You know, having to go through and kill each and every one of these boos. You've got 100 coin. You've got the basement. I mean, it's such a large course, and it's not designed like Womps. You know, you kind of have arrows pointing you where you need to go, where it's more linear. But you're kind of everywhere in BBH.
Pretty much.
What even just happened on Cheese's side? He was able to skip through that door after killing that boo. in
That's
the
actually
first
JP
corner.
only. And just kind of while the boot text box loads, the door doesn't really stop you, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I think while it's loading, it's like doors are clippable, basically, for whatever reason. Punkay working through 100. Now you're on a timer here. If you run out of your Vanish Cap, you can't get back in. You have to go all the way back around to the front, so you got to make it quick. And you can judge how good it was depending on when the Vanish Cap starts fading. And fading right as you open that door, not too shabby. She's working, or Siglemic having some trouble here in 100.
Good job from Punkay on that side and taking care of the boo.
Yeah, using that time wisely, you know, starting the eyeball, killing the boo, jumping up, grabbing the coin, and right as the eyeball's done, grabbing the coin.
Yeah, and so much of optimizing BBH is like starting off something that you're going to have to wait for and then running and doing something else while waiting for that thing.
Yeah, definitely a pretty fun one to watch.
Now, while we're in this haunt, you know, everyone, of course, has those memories. I think 90% of people bring up the piano, but aside from the piano, what thing was your favorite about BBH and what thing freaked you out the most as a kid?
For me or who?
For everyone.
Well, for me, like besides the piano, the room where you have to push the books that we don't do in speedrunning at all. We just kind of jump the gap.
Right.
You know, as a kid, you try to jump the gap, and you're like, man, this is impossible. It can't happen. So, like, going around and trying to figure out the books was pretty awesome. Now, of course, we don't even see those books in any of the runs at all.
And what's kind of funny is you can actually go in that door to like be on the other side of that bookcase and
Just walk through it.
Yeah. And if you actually like go into like see up cam, you can see that the wall doesn't look like there's nothing on the other side since they don't expect you to come in from that side. You just see the books floating in midair. And a save quit from Punkay.
Ooh, okay. Going to give an opportunity here for Cheese to gain some time, get a little bit closer.
Yeah, BBH pretty far out of the way. You have to go all the way back to the courtyard. He's not going to catch up a little bit. He's doing his 100 coin, so they'll have the same star count. Probably only 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, that's a big one for Cheese.
Yeah, that mistake alone has really tightened up this race. Also, quick shout outs, the left door in any double doors will be a third of a second faster to open due to the way Mario opens them.
Pro tip.
I didn't understand that for the longest time. I thought it was just like some other weird reason. I didn't actually look at the animation, but yeah, on the left he just pops it open, but right he's like opens it first, then goes through. Well, pay attention to the little things.
It's the small things.
All the small things.
And I don't know if you've ever played like Unfair Mario, which is designed to like mess with speedrunners, but if you open the left door, it just blows up and you die.
Wait, what is it? Unfair Mario?
Unfair Mario.
I've not heard of this.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've got to try that out.
Does Punkay only have 2 stars left for BBH?
3. You want to end up with 66.
All right.
So then you'll get 7 from Dire Docks, 1 from Fire Scene, and then going upstairs with 74. So the rest of this route is pretty much familiar, or a little bit closer to what people are probably used to seeing in 120 star nowadays.
Back in my day.
Alright, so Dwhatever wrapping up his 100 coin. Dwhatever, you know, not so bad right now. He looked alright here. Siglemic just doing the go on ghost hunt right now. A little bit behind still. Missing that box. Tries to kill these dudes anyway. Not too bad.
We're over halfway through this run now. And it's still pretty close.
And it's interesting how the time ends up being distributed and such.
Right.
How you end up having 40 stars by 35 minutes. And
Yeah, Jolly Roger Bay, definitely a slow one.
And it's like you think about it first as like you only add 50 stars to 70 stars, and yet you're effectively more than doubling the length of the run, or about doubling. But then you actually think about like stars per minute count, and it's less than a star per minute, or more than a star per minute. Sorry.
And that's the thing, you know, 70 being so optimized, focusing on those fastest stars, and 120, you're doing everything. Like, you're not missing anything. So, especially those 100 coins, it takes time. And these guys showing how optimal it is.
So Punkay still leading the way, holding tightly onto that lead, but she's picking up on it. We're going into Dire Docks. Another one which, I mean, personally, Dire Docks and 70 stars is like so meh to me, but it becomes so much more interesting in 120 star. You got Dire Docks 100, which has got so much cool tech, and it's actually developed quite a bit since the last time. You've probably seen it at a live event. And Punkay, you want to be showing us right away. There's some new movement for these coins at the beginning where you pretty much just don't stop swimming.
I think she's ran the new DD substrats at a TwitchCon or something.
Ooh, okay.
In like October last year or something like that. But definitely on this kind of stage, you might see him go for it would be spicy. I don't know if Siglemic's been doing all the strats for this star, but there are a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and Punkay having to go ahead and like do a little bit of a detour for one of those coins. The big difficulty with DDD 100 is going to come in this next room with a sub, because you'll have to do some pretty precise jumps to actually get those reds that normally you're supposed to have poles to get.
And this is another one of those stages as well where you're doing 100 coin, and it's not like you have an overabundance of coins. Like, I don't know what Nintendo was thinking with like swimming stages and the lack of coins in them, but I'm not really sure how many coins are in DDD, but it's not a ton.
Definitely not. And with this route, you can only miss one.
One little interesting thing, though, I don't think it would really be viable for runs, but it's one thing that you see a lot in Randomizer that's really useful. Due to that loading zone between this sub room and that first room you spawn in, the blue coin switch will actually respawn. It's a weird thing, but like if you trigger the blue coin switch, collect those 30, and then leave and come back, that blue coin switch will be right back.
The more you know. Oh, the bonk from Cheese. Oh, and into the water for a little bit of extra salt in the wound.
Yeah, and Punkay with that front sub is part of this DDD 100 route, followed by that triple jump.
Triple jump off the sub
Nope.
of cheese, but he missed the red. And Punkay also doing a wall kick there to reach the blue coin switch, collect his 100.
That backup by Cheese.
Yeah, that was pretty hot.
So simple, but really beautiful execution.
He's going for the recurl kick here. Okay. You can actually lane that back on the slope of the sub, but that is a lot more tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dar Docs 100 is one of those stars in 120 star that still has a lot to go.
It does.
Like, we can get quite a few more seconds squeezed out of it, but it's already such a difficult star where it stands.
Like, even swimming through the rings of coins, you have to be just so precise about turning around at the right time.
The risk is there. So you're going through getting these reds, you fall into the water, you're losing time, and it's not going to be a small amount of time. It's going to be significant.
Yeah, and when you're that flustered, it's also really, really easy to forget lag reduction, which makes it even worse.
So, got Dwhatever here in his 100 coin, going through the rings.
And we'll probably see more of a classic Dar Docs 100 from Dwhatever for reference.
It's all focus from these runners up on stage, you know? No one's really blinking at all.
And they're not. You know, normally we get a little wink from Cheese.
Ooh,
Missing
no
that
front
front
sub for Punkay. And a lot of lag here. He's eating it up, but how much can his stomach handle? It adds up
Still
quick.
trying to do it
The
from the
man
right
is
side. That's really, really tough.
Oh, and off the
Oh,
side,
side's
and now
off.
hold up. This is Cheese's chance. Will he take the lead from Punkay? Front sub, proven to be quite difficult. Moving to the left side. Makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about that grate above. Makes it a little bit more specific, but huge time save potential for here
Massive.
for Cheese.
Yeah, those 4 fails are really what Cheese needed to go ahead and take this lead from Punkay.
Dwhatever's
before
doing it.
Giving the fire seed.
Ooh,
I think he missed it.
Yeah, he missed that red.
Ouch.
He went for it, though. So, you know,
Dwhatever's a
shout-outs
big
to-
fan of sniping, who started doing that in the 120 relay.
Oh,
not
what a
gonna
bonk.
work. Another dive into the bay.
All right, Punkay rocking the new movement here in Fire Sea that makes it a lot easier to make the cycle, and he should be just fine. But Cheese has been rocking the classic movement.
Fire Sea Classic.
And there's a boost from Punkay. Very nice. Can he get the good ending?
Oh, he
no red
missed
coin
the
for
coin.
Cheese. And just like that, Punkay will probably be right about in the position that he was before the DDD sub, maybe just a little bit less. Dwhatever finally getting that coin. And now Siglemic creeping up on Dwhatever, so we got
Catching
like
up.
2 sets of races here, pretty much. It's like Punkay versus Cheese in the front, and then in the back seat we got Siglemic and Dwhatever going at it.
So simply, you know, we after the start, we got 3 more stars before they go upstairs. Do you think that like about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
This should still be like.
Oh, that's a death for
That's-
Cheese. Oh. The burn combo. And
The true wombo combo.
wow. Okay. Now Dwhatever creeping into the mix here.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the ring. Trying to jump into Cheese and Punkay's boxing match. And Punkay with a cheeky little dab.
Such a rough death for Cheese.
That's actually so rare, seeing a death up there. Like, usually you can anticipate it, you're like, it's fine, but getting burned. To get the red coin, though, maybe we will see the classic boost coming out from him.
His movement's looking good so far. Here's certainly hoping.
Yep, plenty of time there.
Nice and clean.
Not pulling out any punches.
All right, she's missing the good ending, but you know, pretty decent overall.
Decent
That
ending.
lava boost.
Wait, what? Did Sig just long
What?
jump from the top of the sub?
I didn't actually catch that.
I didn't either.
Commentators. You know, there's a lot of screens to focus
A
on.
lot.
A lot going on.
I mean, hey, we have 1 out of 4 commentators who saw that thing on 1 out of 4 screens. I feel like it works out.
I saw the end of it. I'm pretty sure that's what he did, which is pretty crazy. A strat that, oh, okay, big side flip.
I don't feel like that would lose that much time, would it?
It doesn't lose that much time, and if you have the right camera setup, it makes it a pretty easy strat. The triple jump dive to get to that little platform is very precise, whereas the long jump, it's not as bad, not too bad. Oh,
Jet
okay.
stream.
And this one of those stars, obviously, where the metal cap was intended, but much harder jet stream star than the one we see in Jolly Roger Bay, just because the star is so much closer to the bottom.
Yep.
It takes a lot of getting used to.
This one's a really, really easy one to like just slip out of the jet stream by accident when you get really close to it.
Well, Punkay on his way to get the final star, gonna grab the Vanish Cap, and then head on upstairs to get to work in Wet Dry World.
He's securely in the driver's seat at this point.
He's cruising. Cruise
Cruising.
control is on. Just kind of chilling.
You know, he's got that seatbelt on. He's added a lock to it for some unbeknownst reason.
Not sure where you would throw the lock on, but I mean, I'm
I
trying
guess
to.
on the buckle side.
Okay, so he's pretty much locked into the buckle.
No.
Okay. Nice fire seat for Dwhatever, getting the good ending with lava boost.
Yeah, saving some good time on Cheese. Catching up. Yeah, man, Punkay's he's just chilling on the freeway. Great views. He's got the shades on. Of course, the hair is in a bun.
You know, he's got that favorite mixtape of all sorts of black metal in that
Oh,
tape
all
deck.
right.
Some Black Dahlia murder.
Yep.
Pretty nice uptime, 105.26, which I would guess is like 142 possible.
He could snag a 141. Oh, Cheese bouncing on the grate. And wow, Punkay going straight to Snowman's land, actually.
Wow.
Not sure if this is a recent development in the route or if he's just playing with my heart, but, you know, I'm enjoying it either way.
He just wants to give everyone else a chance to catch up so it looks synced.
Siglemic also rocking the new Fire Sea movement.
Here you go, Siglemic. Giving that comfy lava burn.
It just looks like it shouldn't be fast, but it's so fast.
But it is.
Like the other route is so much more impressive. That ledge grab though might make it.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, no,
actually,
that's a no.
I think if he didn't have a dusty roll out there, he might have been able to make it, which would have been crazy.
Yeah, and that just goes to show that a little bit of time save really can make a difference on just how tight the lava boost is.
Nice job converting early cycle though, gotta be said.
Okay, going ahead and taking care of this igloo star with the Vanish Cap, but then ending up taking a level, I'd say it's a level 3 bonk. Just that slide
Level
making
3.
it look a little bit worse.
Okay, getting confused out here. Siglemic getting it together though. Oh, okay. Cheese all done, going to be joining Punkay upstairs, but I imagine Cheese will be going to Wet Dry World, so it's going to be a little bit hard to tell who's in the lead, but obviously Punkay right now, about a minute and a half from the upstairs time.
Well, yeah, we didn't really point it out earlier. It's a very minor thing, but Cheese just did that jump into the ceiling there. That's not very precise at all. You can go try that at home. I think you just like hold up left as you walk into upstairs.
Yep.
And it's free.
Easy money.
The only thing is like once you actually clip up there, you have to like hold down right because the way the camera shifts, it's a little bit deceiving. But where Mario is, you want to get around the center pole, hold down right.
We got Dwhatever 100 coming out for Cheese. This is a pretty nice looking star. One of the really fun ones in the category.
Yeah, and this one is a lot different from in 70 stars. So instead of doing it alongside secrets, you're going to be doing it alongside town reds.
Yeah, in 70 star, you only really see half of the course.
Yeah.
It's very easy to forget about this town down here, which is honestly like I feel like the cooler area. It's a lot more packed, a lot more dense.
Yeah, it's pretty nicely laid out, and the movement is just insane for the Reds.
And I don't know what it is about me personally, but like that tunnel leading down there is one of my favorite little segments of the game. Same with in BBH, that little tunnel leading from when you first take the elevator down underneath the house towards the area where the carousel is at. I don't know why those dark hallways with repetitive texture just really are so aesthetically pleasing to me, but they just are.
Nice backup for Cheese. Doing some extra wall picks there. Get up to these Reds. See if you can nail this ending. It's pretty spicy. Gonna do a long jump into a glitchy double jump. Oh, not quite.
Pretty clean, though.
Yeah,
nice
really
100
clean.
plus Reds from Cheese. Punkay doing 100 plus Reds as well. But, you know, in a different area, a little bit more snowy, a little
A
cold.
little colder, yep. Less wet.
I'm surprised how well the shell can manage on the snow. You think it'd be a little, you know, slippery, but it's got to have some good traction, I suppose.
Mario just has good balance, that's what it is.
Incredible balance.
I mean, we've already identified numerous times Mario's inherent thickness. Those thighs have to be good for something.
Right?
Synthetic thighs. I'm telling you, man. There's like springs in them or something.
Yeah, I mean, we don't actually ever see Mario's real legs, so he could have some sort of just weird bionic prosthetics or, you know, just maybe normal carbon fiber blades. Who knows?
I think it's just the overalls, to be honest. I mean, it holds keys, it holds coins. You can ground pound and it doesn't hurt. I think that's the key here.
Commentators in a very in-depth discussion right now about whether or not Mario's got real legs, and still not really at any concrete conclusion.
You know, I think we'll have to contact Nintendo for this one. They haven't responded to my last 3 letters about things like these, though, so I don't know if we'll have any luck.
You just got to be persistent, man.
We'll see where Punkay goes now. Oh, PTM. No?
Whoa. Oh.
Toad.
I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick conversation with Todd.
Hardest star in the game. Oh my goodness, look at the grump. Oh, it's just so good. Punkay, how does he do it?
I mean,
Robot.
I've said this a few times in other races, but I feel like it's especially relevant here. Why does Toad have 3 stars? I mean, because Bowser gave them to all his minions. Why does this man's have 3 of them?
Maybe it's like a double agent type thing. You know, like Toad was like, oh yeah, I'll help you out. I'll keep these stars from Mario. And then as soon as Mario shows up, he's like, yo, I know you need some star power. I got you, baby. Here you go.
Well, they're like hiding in the walls, so maybe Toad kind of got away really fast and was able to like salvage them.
That's true, that's true.
Because I can't remember the exact text, but they are like hiding, or Toad is hiding in the wall. So he's like, oh, all right, it's safe. Okay, here you go.
Although, of course, now all that's popping into my mind is that clip of Max saying, I'm trying to play both sides. So I always come in on top.
You would not having the best secrets right now.
The flipper wanted some action. What?
I mean,
the tactical flip from Dwhatever.
Yeah,
But then the second untactical.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Flame wanted to get in on some action. The whole level going against Dwhatever. But he gets out of its grasp. Now, it looks like Punkay has gained quite a big lead over Cheese, but Snowman's Land is super, super fast stage.
Yeah, Dwhatever takes considerably longer, especially because you're swimming through those the water tunnels to get to town.
It's about a minute longer, and then he also got Toad.
Yeah.
But everybody's upstairs doing their thing, moving the guy, getting some coins, a couple stars, you know, we're chilling.
Yeah, now Punkay is going to be coming up on one of my favorite areas of the game, coming up pretty soon here. 2 stars in TTM that you don't see in 70 are this monkey cage one that's pretty cool, especially because of this little tech here. Normally you free him, and then he walks very, very slowly over to this spot right here. But by recapturing him on that ledge, you're able to just drag him over there yourself, which is much faster. And the next time Punkay pops in here, he's going to be exploring the mysterious mountainside.
Sounds about right. Checks out. Ooh, Cheese just getting caught up on that slope there.
What
Okay.
a backup attempt. I think the flame actually screwed him out because he might have been able to use that recoil kick into a slide and jump out of it.
That would have been a really sick backup. The kick, I've never seen someone kick like that. I don't know if that was intentional, but
Let's see if Siglemic can nail the 100-coin ending right now.
okay. Good long jump
Good
angle.
enough. All right,
Boom.
he's up there.
Done.
Still got it.
Such a good ending to this 100 plus reds.
Nice downtown start for Dwhatever as well. That one can be pretty tricky. Let's see if Cheese goes for this pretty ambitious THI route where you get some more coins at the beginning. Guess not. Or no, did he?
Mm-mm.
No. Keeping it safe then.
Some spicy reds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see anybody bust that out, though. It does save a considerable amount of time, but it basically puts the... It adds a little bit more RNG into the mix. Like, there's always this RNG coming up for Cheese where you go on the beach, and you have the Shy Guy and the Lakitu, and you kill them super close to the water, as we'll see from Cheese in a bit, and you need all the
That was a
coins.
great pull.
And sometimes the coins will just go way into the water, and you got to go for a little aquatic adventure, but...
Not too
good
bad.
Cheese.
Yeah, meanwhile, Punkay on the Cool Kids slide with that, I think that was actually the C-up optimization to get that pretty insane speed starting out.
Cheese playing with fire. The coin!
Oh, no.
Not in his favor. You got to be careful when you go for the Goomba on the edge like that. Quick backup.
Sorry. You know, I know Siglemic actually has practiced the 100-coin route for THI that does the pole skip. I don't know if he'll actually do it.
I hope so. That'd be
Yeah.
cool to see.
Got nothing to lose, you know? It's a showcase.
And she's going to go ahead and wrap up Reds. It's one of those stars that isn't particularly
reduction
difficult in and of itself, but when you make mistakes, it costs so much time. And in this circumstance, even more so.
Punkay. Many players getting bopped by RNG right now. That'd have been funny if the Chucky was going straight for him, just grabs him and throws him away. Oh,
Here comes
he's
Kopitz.
creeping up.
Here comes
He is.
Kopitz.
Oh. All right.
Okay. Now we're also going to do a second mountain clip in THI for the Wiggler star. I don't know if that's what he's going for here.
Trying. Slopes can be difficult. Gonna go for the top of the mountain first. Not a bad choice.
Punkay flexing that 70-star knowledge. Lag reduction in everything, going through. Getting that secret star.
Ooh, okay, Dwhatever going way up, but still manages to figure his way out here.
Aerial attack from the fly guy.
Oh, he doesn't want any action. Doesn't want what he's selling. The jukes. And now we're going to go for a little swim. He doesn't need that coin, though, so it's all good. Oh, this is... Oh! Had to cancel the shell to get the blue coin.
Wow.
Then you can do a backup, but that is pretty unfortunate. Thinking about how he wants to approach it.
Nice secrets for
Close.
Siglemic, but Dwhatever still can't get up here. Okay, all right. Oh, that's going to be a yellow coin. Gotta ground pound them if you want the blue, which you definitely do. And now Dwhatever's going to nice cheeky grab before it actually went down.
Oh, not the angle he's looking for. And Sig not going to be bothering with the pole skip strat. You get those 3 coins down there by the mini beach, and that's just enough to skip the pole if you're able to get all the other coins. Punkay getting in a bit of a scuffle with the Koopa there. Had a slight argument, but Punkay, of course, very intimidating man.
Wins with the shell.
And what's really funny is like in randomizer or something else where you don't actually need to kill the Koopa right away, and you just like right around the level on the shell, he will chase after you all over the level. It is wild how persistent he is.
Can he go through the breeze?
I think maybe so. I know he can like run up all the slopes near that beach on that side of the island at least.
Do you remember intentionally slide kick bonk into the star? He must have.
A little bit of style.
Though.
Style points count.
And again, these Goombas are not about it, but Siglemic drawing him out just a bit to ensure that he's able to get that blue coin. 200 IQ. Actually, yeah, maybe not 200 IQ. I'll give him like 180, 170.
Okay.
Wasn't like super smart, but like kind of smart.
174.
It wasn't quite galaxy brain, but
Yeah.
but probably like exoplanet brain.
I'll take it. Even though I don't know what that is. But I trust that it's proportional.
Fair enough. You know, Punkay still got a little bit more in key to try to do, but remember, he's already done Tall Mountain. They're still rocking that lead. Taking care of Wiggler, got into the loading zone without any troubles. Whatever, also taking care of that star. They've got C's coming up to Tall Mountain now, and this is something that, like, I don't think Punkay really messed up very much, but it can be pretty tricky. Especially the monkey star.
I mean, Punkay looking good. He's got 4 stars in between him and Cheese. Cheese trying to make up that time now.
Yeah, Punkay
Breezeless?
really deep in this driver's seat.
Oh, he missed it.
She's actually never going for it in the 70-star runs, but it's 120. He's like, you know, not too big of a risk, but it's such a hard strat.
His in his match today during against Ouija, he got it.
Oh, really?
First time he's tried it throughout PACE. Made it happen.
Oh, Siglemic getting tricked up by this Wiggler. The Sigler.
The Sigler.
That is his last name, isn't it?
Yeah. Sigler versus Wiggler action, but he does make it happen.
Senor Sigler.
Going for the 95th star now. It's so strange because I know Punkay went ahead and knocked out Snowman's Land, so routing's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how they are lining up, but I feel like Punkay's upstairs has been cleaner than Cheese's, from what I've seen.
I can certainly agree with that. Just as an overall thing, Punkay's really been playing consistently throughout this entire race, just minor bubbles here and there.
And we do have Tippy creeping up on us. Huge in 70-star, but in 120, it is still difficult, of course. You know, it's the end. You got all these hard strats to do.
Oh, yeah.
But
not to mention 100 coin Rainbow Ride.
that is true.
Maybe what you're trying to say is it's not as big in proportion to the rest of the run as
Right.
it is in the 70.
Right.
Like, you've already made it this far. You've made it through Shifting Sandland, Hazy Maze Cave.
Oh,
Nice invis wall there. I think Rainbow Ride is probably still like the second hardest stage in the run, though. Maybe top 3.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do just with the placement. Like, I imagine if Shifting Sandland and Hazy Maze Cave were at the end of the run, then it would be like, whoa.
oh yeah.
Or if like Tick-Tock Clock and Rainbow Ride were where basement is, I think they'd be a little bit less, you know?
Yeah, it'd be a bit less of a bump. Probably looked at a lot more like SSL right now.
And that is Tiny Huge Island for Punkay. One more stage to do here upstairs, and he is got one more level, one more story of the castle, and he gets his cake.
Maybe this is intentional, so then he could do like the BLJ and do the 50-star door after.
Oh, that might be
I
why.
don't know if that makes any difference at all, because I feel like it wouldn't be faster to go to Snowman's Land first, but maybe it's a better angle coming out from a dry world, just turn around.
Definitely. And he did that in from what I've seen in the 120-star races or runs that he's been doing here. Going for the BLJ. Can save some really good time. It's just risky, you know. But in a setting like this, it's like, you might as well.
Yeah.
With the lead that he's got. Can't hurt.
Still a good pace run anyway.
Yeah, I reckon he's on. Oh, okay.
There's 5 points. Jeez, and a bump. Can he even? I was afraid he'd fall off there. You can actually get hit by the mole. You can fall on the slope.
Oh, and a death from Dwhatever. I didn't quite catch how that went down, actually. But rest in peace. It's all good, though. 120-star, you get so many lives. Don't even have to worry about it. And once again, we got Dwhatever and Siglemic sort of in their own lane. Dwhatever driving that car. But Punkay, big bonk. Punkay driving the other car. It's like a caravan.
Yeah.
I think of it more as a tandem bicycle. Because no matter who exactly does what amount of work, everyone's getting to the same place, which is this awesome race generally.
Okay.
Your commentators with the wholesome, albeit completely nonsensical analogies.
Hey, you know, even though Sigley is in last, I think he fell pretty far behind after SSL. But if you look at the star count, he's still keeping it competitive upstairs.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he hasn't fallen much further behind, which is a really, really good indicator of his progress here.
Yeah, basement was the big bopper.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really take 3-4 deaths in SSL without it really ruining your time. D, though, making this nice little trip through the Cool Kids slide. I think this is the last time we'll see this, unfortunately, with all the nice little graffiti on the walls and such. I love how, like, they start doing the twisted tunnel effects. They have that, like, separate death path. Like, it's everything about this slide is so cool. I wish this were the PSS.
That would be pretty nice.
That is true. Like, it has a lot more detail. Princess Peach's slide is just like meh. There's not a whole lot going on.
It's just like a couple of little loop-de-loops, and especially in speedrunning, where you do a bit of wall bopping and a jump, dive, and you're done.
She's making plays in Snowman's land. Igloo Star on deck.
Punkay has crossed that big 100 threshold, though. Just has 20 left separating him from the end of this run.
Triple digits, baby.
Knocking out secrets right now. I love how in 120, Wet Dry World is just like completely different. The routing is completely different. You see all of the course.
And it's one of those unique courses where I don't think that the reroute makes it inherently easier or harder. It's just different.
Right.
It really feels fresh.
Ooh, okay. Some updated movement. Siglemic really leveling up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else has done the 7 red coin route, because when you're done with this slide, you're actually going to get the red coin on a little rock in the maze, which prevents you from having to kick a ball bomb to hit the last coin, and the RNG factor can also send it flying off the stage. A bit nicer, and also can save like about a second, I think.
I'm hoping that we'll see more of Sig moving forward from this event.
I did ask him, I didn't want to like be really blunt about it, but he's like, you know, I don't have any like plans, but at the same time, it'd be kind of weird to do all this for just one race.
Right.
Yeah, it's certainly worth saying, though. You know, it's when someone takes that significant break like that and comes back, you know, in a community like this, they're always going to be welcomed with open arms, especially someone with such a huge impact on most of us, I feel like.
Oh, definitely.
Now, real quick, because we've seen all 4 guys go for it, I think. Sim, could you expand a little bit on the C-up strat in that slide?
I don't know why it works, but basically, as soon as you start going down, or right before you start going down the slide, if you press C up, and not able to get the proper finish, but here is the updated 100 plus reds strat from Sig. You get it over there. It's pretty nice.
Gotta watch out for invisibles here.
But basically, when you don't ever use C up except for when you go in the wing cap, right? But when you're using C up, you're locked in position, and for whatever reason, when you do it on a slope, you just gain consistent momentum. Shout outs to Simp Mom dropping 220 bits for the commentators. Love you, Mom.
It's hype.
Mom is this.
Yeah, huge hypes for Simp Mom. If you have those emotes, go ahead and throw those Simp Moms in the chat.
All right, here we go. Punkay doing the BLJ. Shouts to Wilco.
And he gets
Wow,
it.
that was really fast. These people are making BLJs look really easy on stage here today. I mean, in general, this whole event. You know, nice strats for Punkay here. I want to mention, Sig has been going for some 2019 cloud stage strats.
Yeah,
I think we
they-
all should keep an eye on him when he gets up here.
Do whatever. The nut.
Oh,
Side flip off the
again.
penguin to the
Let's
top
go.
of the snowman's
Second-
head. Does it
second
like
time.
it's nothing.
A 2 for 2.
Slight fist bump makes it worth everything. You can forget about any mistakes in the run. Landing that first try, no mistakes.
Just absolutely nutty.
The morale is high.
It is.
Everyone's having their... What? The RNG there, not...
There
Oh,
goes all
wow.
the coins, every which direction. Not going to get a whole lot from the money bag. Ooh, Punkay barely grabbing the pole there. Pretty precise movement to try and get that red without grabbing it.
But not taking a death in Cloud Stage, which you got to remember in this game, Cloud Stage will just eject you right outside the castle into that little moat. And so you really, really don't want to take it down here.
Got to climb all the way back up again.
And I think, I mean, it's certainly in the same territory as a safe quit, but it may even be a tad worse just because you have to do a little bit of swimming to get back on land in the first place.
Sure it is.
Ooh, Siglemic with a huge jump dive into the spin drip.
Cheese with this optimal BLJ here.
All right.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, not quite getting it. Oh, so here you get to see the star door opening cutscene that I mistakenly talked about earlier. Star spins, you finally get your text box, and after a very slow slide, they're open. And she's just going to go ahead and start out with this nice little piece of heaven to some. I'll be real, and I'm sure this is not that hot of a take. I just hate Cloud Stage. It just, I don't feel like there's anything really great about it.
It's different, like, especially playing casually. There's not a whole lot of...
I think.
There's like not an indication of, okay, this is where I need to go. And it's kind of all over the place. So you have, when you're not speedrunning, you're just like looking around, okay, where do I go next? And if you don't plan it right, then you can't get up higher. It's a lot harder to get up higher. And I think that's what changes the dynamic.
I wonder if it was like a scrapped idea for a sky-based level, because you have water levels, you have like obviously land-based levels. I wonder if there was ever a plan to have like a stage where you always had wing cap on or something like that.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think it's just a way to explicitly test a player's flying in another way, because you have the wing cap, but then that's to get the wing cap, but you don't really have to use it for most other stages.
Right.
Yeah, a couple little things here and there.
This is like kind of like an out-of-the-way mini game. Okay with the fast pendulum.
Ooh,
Spicy.
indeed.
Mixing some habaneros into that sauce. Nice.
Couple jalapenos.
Nice.
Noise.
Sig going to be working on his 100th star. Then everybody will be in the triple digits here in just a second.
Separating the men from the boys here in Tippy. Who can keep it going? Because you could have the hottest run of 2019 going in Tippy, just to have it all collapse. You know, can't keep under the pressure.
I mean, the current world record is like that in a way, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, current world record's insane. He was on like mid 138 pace.
Yeah.
For those of you unaware, the current world record, I believe, 139.19.
Yep.
And going into Tippy, Cheese was on at least, I want to say, mid 138 pace, if
Which is
not
insane.
high.
Oh.
Yeah. Still a barrier that needs to be crossed in the 120-star realm, which will happen inevitably, maybe even this year.
It's gonna
be a
happen.
good place to shout out. You know, we got a certain community member put up a 4K bounty for whoever holds the record at the end of the year in 120-star. Like, I really want to see how that's going to work out. If, you know, maybe people like Cheese Punkay, Dwhatever, dare I say, maybe not. Be going
Sig.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
That bounty's mine. Just give me a moment.
It's all simply.
Yeah, Big Sim making the announcement today that he is making his dramatic return to 120 star with a 137 VOD.
Ooh, big words.
And that nice little rip strat from Siglemic here on that chill with the bully.
He's already done with TTC for the most part.
Yeah, this man is just moving.
Yeah, he
Nothing is stopping him right now. About on 142 pace, I want to say. Like once you finish
sounds
TikTok
right.
clock, it's like 10 minutes. You have a decent Rainbow Ride and Bowser in the sky, so really good time.
Yeah, I mean, not at all bad for someone that's been focusing so much on 70. He pulled off a 47 2
Right.
hours ago.
Exactly.
He's a machine, a well-oiled one at that.
Robot.
Yeah, I mean, we checked to see if the run
Sig in the
to...
cloud stage here. He's gonna try to fly over. Okay, no. In practice, he was flying over the second coin. It's maybe a bit too ambitious.
Yeah, we actually saw that from Cheese for the second coin.
Bit of comparison here. He's flying over the cheese. Not grabbing the pole.
Ooh, really close from Punkay,
That
barely
was
landing on
super
that
close.
pendulum.
This is where Sig Strat's going to be a bit different here. Lining up to shoot at the red coin on the
Wait,
vines.
what?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, man.
See if he can nail the ending.
You know, despite the bumps in the road, it's so epic to see Sig come out for the first time in like a showcase run and be the most updated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like he's been training in his room this whole time, picking up all the
Secretly.
newest, hottest strats.
Yeah.
That was sick. I wonder how much time that saves. You
I
don't
don't
even
think
know.
it saves a whole lot. I haven't asked him. But it's really nice to see.
In either way, it certainly looks cool.
All right, and now the most interesting part of the run coming up for Punkay, chilling on
Whatever,
this.
nice movement there for the 70 coin to 80 coin. Invisible though. Oh, I see what you mean. Punkay doing some 360s on the carpet. You know what? Maybe the theory is that Mario has a bit of a bun, you know, got the little hair sticking out the back.
Ooh,
Punkay
could be.
decided that he needs to emulate the character, kind
Marva.
of become it like a method actor.
Okay.
Instead
of
of
a
a method
stretch, but-
actor, a method player. Very interesting. But then why doesn't Punkay's whole wardrobe consist of blue overalls?
Still working on it. He just loves the metal shirts too much, and I can't blame him.
Really
dope.
does.
Yeah, I mean, that bundle of twigs aesthetic really just gets me going.
And
100
Cheese.
coin for Sig.
Ooh. Very nice coin grabs from the Lakitu there. From Cheese. Nice back up from Sig. Things going relatively well so
They
far
are.
in Tippy. I mean, you can have huge meltdowns, lose so much
yeah.
time, but for the most part, everybody's keeping it together.
Like 100 coins gone pretty well.
Really well. And considering it's a really long time, having to take the carpet all the way up.
And there it is.
Fell there, but he still was able to get a hand. He went for rolling in the cage, but luckily the top-down approach giving you those backups.
And now Cheese's turn on the carpet. Will he do anything fancy? We saw very safe crawling, you know, a little bit of style.
360s.
The 360s were kind of neat.
Yeah,
Those
they
had
were.
me going a little bit. Oh, no jump from Punkay on that slope. It's a lot harder than it looks. You have a very small amount of time to get it. And
Oh.
now, hold on. Punkay having some trouble in Rainbow Ride. Could this be the beginning? Will Cheese be able to slide in Rainbow Ride?
We'll certainly have to see here as Dwhatever and Siglemic going to be finishing up TikTok pretty quickly.
Oh, I love that side flip double jump from D. Another one of those things that's just way harder than it looks.
Another lack 2 bounce for Punkay. This is a very new way to approach it as well. A bit faster than the standard lack 2 bounce, not quite as fast as glitchy wall kick, but I'd say it's a pretty nice hybrid.
It's another one of those strats that I'm surprised how long it took for people to like think about.
I feel like people have done it that way, or at least tried it. I know that like I would usually intend to side flip, but I could do it with a single jump. But like to actually like go and put it in the lab and say like, yeah, this can do this much time saver. This is how you would approach it. Pretty awesome.
I mean, because the side flip is really, of course, not the fastest, but I get it.
Yeah, second bounce for Punkay. It looks really solid.
Yeah, the bounce itself is good. Not quite out of the woods yet, but certainly very close to the tree line. Can go ahead and see that beautiful Nashville skyline. Or, I don't know, what decent skyline is visible from Kentucky, I wonder.
Now Siglemic's going to be coming up to Rainbow Ride.
Geez, missing Lakitu bounce there. I'm going to have to back it up.
Sig all wrapped up here. All the boys will be in Rainbow Ride at the same time. And slowly but surely, we will see them coming to a finish. And it looks like Punkay might just nab the W here. Not much left. Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
He goes ahead and gets that ledge grab for tricky triangles. The left side strat is much less free than the right side. As long as you can get the long jump out on the right side, and it's somewhat precise, but not anywhere near as bad as left side.
Ooh, geez, struggling again.
This is where you start sweating just a little bit.
I mean, Siglemic actually fell doing his lack 2 bounce.
And you can see from Cheese there, when you do the tricky triangle strat that Punkay went for optimally, you'll end up actually getting that ledge grab right off the bat.
Punkay can nail Danny for swinging on the breeze. Nice job.
Nice. And with that, Punkay is going to be moving up to have his meeting with the big man himself. And we'll be seeing that hot, spicy bits red movement that
This is
is
still
exclusive to
141.
this category. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, definitely.
I believe Bits Reds is like about 1:10 if you do it well. Maybe a bit faster.
So it goes ahead and starts off with that first red. And this kick always just is such a manga for me.
It really is.
It's very satisfying though, the style of it.
It was also really nice of the devs to not put a red coin out past that elevator so you could actually use that very, very obvious shortcut.
Yeah.
But of course we do have to go out of our way on this little bend for that red coin on the peak. And no moving or stationary left or right sides today, folks. We've got one more red to grab.
She's Ansig taking care of lack 2 bounce in the meantime. I'm not looking to catch Punkay, but still getting it done in Rainbow Ride. And looks like the man himself setting a race world record in 70 star and maybe taking home the showcase for 120, all in a day's work.
Yeah, looking like a very mid 141, which is for a no reset 120.
That's
really,
wild.
really
I
good.
mean, we have to tell this man to calm down. He's got plenty more tomorrow.
He might just blow up.
Yeah,
All
but
this heat.
let's go ahead and get ready, folks, for these throws. Okay, with that Hori plugged right in. And
Giving
he's
him a good
winding it
spin.
up.
One.
Gotta wait for that explosion. Just to make sure.
Two. Winding up.
Giving him that little alley-oop.
And
three.
three.
And
That's it.
that seals it. A 141. Looks like it's going to be a 35, 36.
Awesome stuff.
Insane run for Punkay. 141.39.
Whipping it out like it's nothing.
Like butter.
Just,
Consistency is unreal.
and G's very, very close behind.
Yeah, looking to get a 143 if he can side flip.
Side flips are hard.
Glitchy walk could do whatever. I'm okay with that if he did it in the first actually bounce, but doing it at least for this one. Doing that B button to grab the pole, this is pretty tough. I think you have to mash B.
There it goes.
There we go.
Persistence is key. Whatever showing us live. Okay, the bomb grab.
Yeah, no time for any sort of bomb clip or plus today. We've got somewhere to be.
Another bomb just walking off the edge, saying goodbye. It's nice knowing him.
Darkness, my old friend.
Oh, we got the overlay. Didn't even notice. Oh, he's got the victory timer on there.
The gold medal.
Also our 6-month sub icon, if you'd like to get on that.
Also the PACE logo. Shoutouts to LimCube on the awesome design.
All right, 143 still doable for Cheese.
You go ahead and get those voices ready all over again.
143 on the table for this man. Another very respectable time for a race. Winding it up. That looks like one.
Very free.
Ooh, not quite.
Yeah, I need to pay a little bit extra for those plus range hitboxes. The extended range not quite reaching.
Two. Ooh.
Oh.
Over the tail. 143 possibly creeping away. But that
got
is
it.
3 throws. 3.
Nice.
Done.
3 throws, and it's good. Getting that bounce off the wedge before it falls off. And that'll do it a 5X. Nice.
143.52 for Cheese. Not too shabby at all. Dwhatever coming up, closing in on that 3rd place position.
Yeah, just got one more to snatch up in Rainbow Ride, and he'll be making his way up into Bits Reds as well. And meanwhile, Punkay just messing around.
Might be looking to talk to Yoshi. Get all those lives.
He's got the cannon from 120, but doesn't actually need it. Just
Boom.
pops right back up there with that nice triple.
Ooh. Fast swinging in the breeze here from Sig.
Beautiful.
And the sink.
Nice
Hello.
execution.
You're right.
Siglemic just one last star behind.
And Yoshi just going to go ahead and disappear into nothing.
Yeah, just yeet off
Jump.
into the distance.
Yeet.
Meanwhile, if Punkay goes ahead and does a triple, you can see the other half of what we've unlocked here.
There's a death pixel somewhere there.
There it is.
There it is.
For whatever reason, you just get up there and boom, you're dead. Cheese opting for the cannon, using his noggin, and also wants some of that Yoshi love in action. Maybe.
And we're getting into the cannon for the final star in Rainbow Ride. Looking to head up to Sky. Definitely still, maybe 147, 148. Would be pretty awesome.
And now Siglemic joining Dwhatever and Bowser in the sky. Depending on how these throws go, could maybe slip in that 3rd place.
Oh, nice shot from
beautiful.
Dwhatever. Using the gap to initiate a quick double jump. And you also want to hold back on the triple jump to not go into the slope, but then also a frame perfect B press to grab the pole instantly.
I thought that Goomba was about to cause a lot of problems. Potential bribery from Sig, but it's all good. Ooh, safe kick from Sig.
Yeah.
You certainly don't want to play it too risky here.
Looked like a low 147 possible for Dwhatever. Sig's still moving the guy.
Yeah, moving the little red hat man around. Nice and quick. Two. Crowd right on point with that. And
And a
not
miss.
quite
Okay.
through.
Dwhatever tossed off the stage. Hold the phone.
We got a race.
One missed throw, and Siglemic is in the running. Pressure's on.
Yeah, Dwhatever just cannot miss a throw at this point.
But that is a
And
missed
that
throw.
is a miss.
Commentators curse instantly. Punke with the infinity roll. And now on the same page, Sig winding up. But that's a missed throw. One for D.
Okay. 2.
Oh, getting Bob.
Now from
One
Sig's
throw for
side,
Sig.
1.
Winding up. Learning how to counter basic 1-2-3s, but Dwhatever takes
3.
third place.
Wow.
Sig.
Sig. Yeah, that unfortunate miss.
Barely missing 147, but looks like both of our boys will be getting 148s to close out the 120-star showcase. And okay, throwing Bowser's hard.
Yeah.
It is.
Butterfingers out here.
Yeah, and especially throwing him
no.
from like close to the center of the stage.
Sig
you
gonna
only have a
bring it
couple of
home
frames.
here.
Gotta be careful, these flames can cause big problems. Winding
There we
up.
go.
Fire.
It's been years, and not quite.
One last
Almost.
one though.
Can the 148 be achieved? Got the grab. And 3.
That's 3 there.
For Siglemic.
There we go. The first completed public run in years.
Closing it out.
The crowd standing up for an ovation.
Legendary stuff to see.
Absolutely legendary.
Let's get some hype out here in this audience.
Yeah.
Can we get a
Everybody
crowd shot?
standing up. The
Let's get a
standing
crowd shot for
ovation.
this one.
Just huge GGs to all 4 of our runners here.
And shout outs to the tech crew for putting this together.
Yeah, it's tough. Getting all 4, everything coordinated. And it was done pretty quick. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Cheese versus Dwhatever versus puncayshun versus Siglemic. Yep.
But yeah, I
There we
mean,
go. So we are back on the couch there. What's up, guys?
What a run.
What a run. What a run.
that was
Yeah.
that was pretty hype.
I'm still shocked by all the new stuff. Like Sig had said that he had learned the new stuff and like he had been updating it, but I was not ready for like the wing cap stage.
Like,
I
all
definitely
of
wasn't
that.
ready for the box
Yeah,
to be
and-
busted out in Jolly Roger Bay.
And for the really like prehistoric era that he came from to swing a time like that in this
Yeah.
one-off race
Yeah.
is really impressive.
It's intimidating. Like coming into the game now, there's so much that's changed. So huge shout outs to Sig for coming through, doing the run, and of course, rest of the runners. And shout out to you guys for being an awesome
It's been a
couch. It was a lot
blast.
of fun.
Time of my
It,
life.
it has, you know, and hanging out with the commentary bros. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you know, the action doesn't stop here.
Oh
So,
no.
The man, the myth, the legend, Big John, is running
John.
next. Like, have you ever sat and watched one of his runs? Sick. It's going to be awesome. So that's what's going to come up next.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you.
All right.
Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Love y'all.
See you in a bit.